Hey everyone, Sarah here. Today I'm going to show you everything that I eat. This is targeted specifically towards weight loss. No caloric restriction, just eating intuitively, but focusing on mostly whole plant foods, lots of starches, and leafy greens. So it's about 8 a.m. right now. I already chugged a bunch of water, how I start every single day. And then right now I'm sipping on some herbal coffee. This is the Ticino. This is just a blend of carob, barley, chicory, dates, almonds, organic figs. Tastes pretty similar to coffee, but not spot on, but it does sort of like fulfill that craving. And I really have been trying to cut out caffeine. I haven't had coffee in a full 2 weeks. I've been struggling with really bad insomnia, and I have on and off for like my entire adult life pretty much, but within just a few days of cutting out coffee, I noticed a major improvement in my sleep. And if you are trying to lose weight, it is very important to be getting sufficient sleep. I'm not usually too hungry this early in the morning, so I'm just gonna have kind of a small snack. This is 2 medjool dates with a little bit of flaked coconut, and then later on I'll have something a little more substantial for breakfast. But I'm actually going to start the day out by prepping dinner. I'm gonna be making a lentil slow cooker chili. I'm gonna make a huge batch so that I have some for tonight, and then also the next couple days for lunch or dinner or whatever. So I'm gonna show you how I do that right now. Here is what is going on in Chili Town right now. I just prepped all my veggies. Quite a lot of garlic, y'all know how I do. White onion, some jalapeno, some bell pepper, some carrot. I wouldn't usually put carrot in chili, but I just really want to bulk it up so it lasts me a couple of days. Got our drained lentils, corn, slow cooker, everything is going in there. Diced no salt tomatoes, and then a can of no salt added tomato sauce. Then I'm just gonna add water, just barely cover it because the lentils are already soaked. I'm gonna eyeball the spices. I'm just gonna add some cumin, kind of a lot, some salt-free chili powder, maybe like 2 or 3 tablespoons of this stuff. Then I have this vegetable bouillon. This just has like yeast extract to make it really savory. I'm gonna add 1 cube in there. The bouillon cube will dissolve when it all starts to boil. Okay, looking good. It smells pretty good already. And I'm just going to turn it on to low because it's still pretty early in the morning and I'm not gonna eat till probably around 6 p.m. Cover it up and we are good to go. I was feeling potatoes for breakfast, so I was peeling them, and this one has this crazy growth. I don't know if I should eat it, but I'm going to. I like pretty much anytime something gets moldy and like normal people wouldn't eat it, I still eat it. But you wanna know something? I've never in my life gotten food poisoning, and I think it's because my stomach is just made out of iron. I cubed up a bunch of potatoes. I made a lot so that I could have some ready for tomorrow morning as well. Oven is at 450, and I'm gonna put on some dill, kind of a lot. Then I have some of this 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's. This already has some garlic in it, but not enough. So I'm gonna put tons of this garlic pepper on there, like bam! Toss it around right quick, pop it in the oven for like 30 minutes. Here we are sitting down to meal number 1. I have about half the potatoes that I showed you on top of quite a lot of spinach that I wilted down. I'm gonna put a bunch of this chili garlic Cholula hot sauce, and then I'm really curious about this sour supreme stuff, so I'm gonna give it a try on the potatoes. Apologies for the weird lighting in my kitchen, but I wanted to show you what I'm going to make for lunch. This is a salad that I have been making a lot and really enjoying over the past month. So I start with kale. This is baby kale, but I made it with curly kale. And I always put a lot more than I think I can eat because we're actually going to massage it and it's going to shrink a little bit. If you think that raw kale is too bitter and tough and you haven't tried massaging it yet, definitely give it a try. It's a game changer. So I also have just a bunch of vegetables. It changes every single time depending on what I have in my fridge. Some cucumber, red bell pepper, celery. I think celery and kale go really well together for some reason. And then some green onion and some cilantro. I'm gonna squeeze half of this lemon into the kale. Then I'm going to just massage the lemon juice into the kale until it starts to get a little bit softer, and it's gonna get sort of bruised and dark. Just makes it a little bit easier to digest as well. So here's what it looks like now. I'm gonna add all of the other ingredients and just toss it. Now I'm gonna put together a really simple dressing. I'm gonna take some salt-free unsweetened tahini, maybe like 2 teaspoons worth, a teaspoon or so of agave. You could also use maple syrup, that's what I typically do, but I'm actually out right now. On the stove here, I have some steamed sweet potatoes, and I'm going to take just a little bit of the sweet potato and mash it into the dressing. And then at this point I like to add a bunch of random spices, whatever I'm feeling that day. I pretty much always add a little bit of nutritional yeast. This makes it more savory. A little bit of garlic pepper, duh, and some dill. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of warm water to sort of thin it out. The result is just a really nice creamy dressing without any refined oil. It's really good, definitely try it. I'm gonna add in just a sprinkling of some of these raw slivered almonds to give it a little bit of extra crunch. And then some more of these sweet potatoes. And this is my lunch. Salad is all gone. I'm so in love with this dressing. Time to check on our chili. It's like a little after 6, so I'm ready for dinner. Looking good. The entire house smells amazing. Here's bowl number 1 of our chili for dinner. I just added about half of a tablespoon of the fake sour cream by Tofutti. Drizzled it on top, mostly just for decoration, so I could take a cool thumbnail, I'm not gonna lie. And then I added some cilantro. For bowl number 2, I just put a handful of baby kale in there. And then I'm gonna put the hot chili right on top so it sort of wilts it and just get some extra greens in there. And I'm serving it on top of the fresh kale instead of cooking the kale into there, just because I think it's nice to get some greens that are a little on the fresher side rather than ones that have been cooked for like hours and hours. But that's just my preference. You can also just add like frozen spinach or fresh spinach or whatever leafy green you want into your chili. I always like to have something a little sweet after dinner, so I'm having a cup of herbal chai. I think it's rooibos tea, so there's no caffeine in it, and I added a little bit of vanilla stevia and a splash of rice milk. And I also topped it with like 2 tablespoons of this cocoa whip by So Delicious. It's the light version. This is really, really good, you guys. It's basically like Cool Whip, but it's coconut based. It is certified vegan. 2 tablespoons is just 25 calories. It is a processed food. You don't want to make things like this a staple of your diet, but it's definitely a nice treat. Not too high in calories, and when it melts on top of tea or hot chocolate, it just makes it almost taste like sweet latte foam. So definitely recommend this stuff. That is going to conclude this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.